clicked it.
Brought to you by Ben and Jerry's.
Hey! What's up, world? This episode's brought to you by Ben and Jerry's.
We gotta hit record.
Right? Oh, hit record so it doesn't close, yeah. Man, wild semifinals. I'm gonna balance it out. I got some unhealthy food, a little juice. Gonna balance it out. Matt, you got nothing. What are you gonna? With some water, maybe? Did you eat dinner? You didn't eat dinner, did you?
We had the meatballs.
That was at like 1 p.m.
That's my dinner.
That's how you stay. That's how you stay so skinny. That's how you stay so skinny. You don't eat dinner. You didn't eat dinner, dude. What do you mean? You want some of this?
No, I'm good. It's tempting. But
Just tempting.
we got our dessert tonight. I mean, that was if you can't enjoy that, I don't know what you can enjoy, right?
That was awesome. Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
I know memory's short, but that was a really, really, really good semifinals. I felt like.
it never disappoints, right?
How many matches were boring? Like, how many matches weren't that competitive? Nickel, who else? That was it.
I mean, that was still entertaining, though. I mean,
it was entertaining.
He dominated, then he got the pin, but it's not like it was a bad match. I mean, up until that point, I mean, Brookie was wrestling pretty solid.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you guys been watching a lot of this. You've been listening to a lot of this. We appreciate that. And Matt and I are going to, it's late here. It's 11:24. It's earlier if you're not on the East Coast. We're gonna ramble on for a while. I don't know how long we're gonna go for. How long do you want to go for?
We'll see.
However long it takes. And I don't think I'm going to finish this carton of ice cream, but you never know. You never know.
I mean, we could talk to the end of the carton. However that takes, right?
Then it'll melt and it'll be gross. We don't want that. All right. So, listen, do you want to go weight class and talk about the semis and the blood round and the next round? Or you just want to hit semis and then go back to blood round or what?
Let's go semis plus some blood round. We got to save some juice till tomorrow.
Okay.
So...
Okay.
And there's still going to be a lot of wrap up. I mean, there's
just so much. Like tonight, there's so much stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to go here. Where do you go? By division. Oh, that's not what I want. By round. Okay. So, now we're doing brackets. Forget this. Okay. Main bracket, 125. I don't want to say the shocker of the tournament. But damn, I mean, it was close. Mueller, it wasn't that he beat him. We said it was going to be close. We said 4-3. We said 3-2. We said it was going to be close. Jack Mueller put the hammer on Sebastian Rivera.
I mean, he came out, first takedown. Whoa.
Rides him out.
And another takedown.
No, rides him out. I mean, and it wasn't like he just rode it. He dominated on top.
Yeah, he got that deep figure four in and just buried his hips to the mat.
Yeah.
Then he takes him down again and again. I mean, it was just...
Rivera got one late kind of pity reversal where I'm up by a whole bunch, take the reversal. And the other thing you and I talked about, Mueller went up to 33 last year because he couldn't make 125. He's gonna be gigantic.
He's gonna be huge.
Tomorrow night, you know how big he's gonna be? He's gonna be 145 pounds.
Easy.
Oh God, he's gonna be big. Okay, other semifinal. Nick Piccininni. The final score says 11-4, but that doesn't really tell the tale of it. Piccininni went for something at the last second, got caught on his back. I believe it was 6-4 at that time. Good match all the way through. I mean, for me, the turning point was Nick Piccininni sit in the corner, end-ish of the second period, and he's in a great position. I'm a scrambler. These are my positions. He's in a great position. And instead of just keeping working, and listen, maybe you get that takedown, but you're not giving up one at that point. So worst case scenario, you're going into the third period 3-2 or 3-1, whatever.
Within striking distance, it's where you want to be going into the last period.
Where you want to be. And instead, he goes for a cradle, gets greedy, goes for a cradle, gets taken down, and now he's down. I need to look at the score. It was 5-1 or 5-2. So... At that point, it was 5-1 at that time, and then he got the reversal, and they gave up the escape.
Yeah. So my keys to the match, when he gave up that first takedown, in complete reversal over the dual meet, that was the takedown that Piccininni defended
forever.
And I think that started getting in Lee's head.
Mm-hmm.
This time, Lee converted the takedown. Second thing, Piccininni had his hands locked twice in really good position to score. Didn't finish. He had two great opportunities, went 0 for 2. And that was that's how the tide turns.
Good point on that. He has hands locked twice. Usually he's so strong from that sucked in position.
Getting his head out.
Yes.
And, I mean, that's the tale of a big-time match.
Yep.
Who executes in critical situations. Lee came out, fought for that takedown, converted it. Piccininni had it, didn't convert, and then
gets greedy on that.
Got greedy.
Don't get greedy. You can't get greedy against Spencer Lee.
And he was still in the match.
I think he might have been feeling the vibes from that painted Gil Garibay when the arena blew its head off, and he got greedy.
Like reboot. Like I can run it back. You can't.
No. It's hard to cradle Spencer Lee. You got lucky once. Take that, and then you just go for the easy go behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go blood round here. Our man Patrick Glory gets it done. Rayvon Foley gets it done. Vitaly looks great against Sean Fowles, and then Ryan Bresser wins.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to say that's exactly who, but oh my gosh, it is. Because you got 1, 2, 3, 3 and 5 on the top, 4, 7, 9. You only had one guy that was in the top 8 not make it. Who would
have predicted that?
Sean Russell.
Hey, yeah, big. Let's give a shout out. Roger Chandler, Michigan State, huge.
First All-American since 14. Yep.
Great job,
nice
Roger.
Work, Rayvon.
Yep, good job.
So we got Vitaly and Piccininni in the morning. We got Glory and Rivera in the morning. Two really good Conti semis. All right, let's go to 133. So much fun. Our favorite weight class. These semis, they were tight. They weren't, I don't know. They were like good to watch, but they weren't overly exciting.
They weren't like there weren't any get out of your seat moments.
Yeah.
Two really good matches for sure. Two highly competitive matches, but no fireworks, no real fireworks. But really, honestly, when you look at Fix and Suriano in big time matches, there's not a ton of fireworks, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
And so they went out, they controlled this. I mean, they just kind of controlled both matches.
I mean, the one thing I will say with Dayton Fix rode the crap out of Luke Pletcher, grinds him out. He was grinding the power half, and so you see Jack Mueller riding that at 25. Dayton Fix riding at 33. I would say, Matt, I'm shocked. I come from the school that a good leg ride defense beats good leg ride offense. So I'm always perplexed when guys get rid for so long. Like, man, you had and this. I mean, we're not talking the first round. We're not talking. We're talking the NCAA semifinals, and you still haven't figured out how to knock off a leg ride. Like that is to me. On top, you can go to your stuff. On neutral, you can go to your stuff. Right, you can enforce your will. On bottom, there's a couple things you have to be able to stop a cross wrist. Right. You have to be able to stop a crab ride, and you have to be able to stop legs in. And if you can't do one of those three things, and they can do them, you're screwed.
I think there's been so much this, not even just this decade, but the previous decade, all of the 2000s. There's been such much more emphasis placed on a tilt as opposed to a turn. With your legs.
Well, people are getting so good at them.
Right, they're so good at it. High-level guys are getting really good at defending the cross wrist, but it's almost like they're ignoring legs in. Mm-hmm. I will give – this is where I want to give Suriano credit because that's what we've been talking about all year. In big-time matches, he hasn't pulled the trigger. He's been so reliant on his counter offense. Tonight, he came out, he hit a leg attack, he scored, and that was the difference. Yeah. And that's what we've been saying. Not that he's listening to us by any means.
He might be. You never know.
But – I mean, that's kind of what we've been saying. Like, every big-time match, Suriano shuts it down. And he's got great leg attacks.
So, can he take down Dayton Fix tomorrow?
Can Fix take him down? Or are we going to have...
Oh, that's not the question I asked. You changed the question.
I think he can. Will he pull the trigger? Will he commit himself? I think
we're going double OT. I think we are. I'm calling right now. Double OT.
I think that's more likely than a first-period takedown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are like... opposing magnets, right? They can't get into each other. You know, it's like it's just a tight battle. The other thing we were kind of sitting next to each other for a while. Nick Suriano is so good. I want to say best in the NCAA at getting to a Turk off of a leg attack. I mean, he is money, and even if he doesn't get that turn, dude, it takes a lot of energy. You got a bunch of riding time built up. And, the other guy's just on the defense. There's just nothing you can do for
There's no easy way to get.
There's no
easy way out. You got to exert so much energy just to clear the turf.
And just to not get turned. Yeah.
And let alone if he starts attacking the head and get your head framed, you're in big time trouble. So classic. This is. We don't want to do the regular podcast, but any young listeners out there, number one, you should be in bed right now. But number
if
two,
you're in bed, I'm disappointed in you because you should have stayed up and watched wrestling.
But number two, classic. That's how you finish a takedown, right to a Turk.
You know how much we drill the Turk in our club? Matt, we drill so much Turk because
it should be automatic.
There's so many positions you can get it out. Cut back, single leg, double leg, high crotch change off. They try to switch, you get it. You get a cross wrist, and you don't see it a lot in college because that's so good. But young level, chop, cross wrist, boom, elevate the Turk. If they put their hip down, then you got your tilt on the other side. There's just so many positions you can hit.
It's just textbook
Turk.
Yeah.
You gotta know the Turk. Let's go wrestle backs. We got Austin DeSanto taking out Ethan Lizak. They went back and forth this year.
DeSanto.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That was one round later. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, Gomez
DeSanto.
DeSanto came out firing like
12 points first period. Boom.
Backs. And
the one I loved, this Ernesti Tariq Wilson match was just fantastic. It went into like triple overtime. Maybe the fourth overtime. And Ernesti ends up getting a takedown. Huge John Ernesti Sr. from Mizzou. And then Ernesti goes and smashes Roman Bravo Young. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see it coming.
No.
10-0, hammer time. Wow. Just wow.
And it's you always see that. You always want to know how guys are going to respond to a little bit of adversity once they make it to the podium, right?
Yeah.
And it's like once Roman Bravo Young gave up those first couple points, it's like you
over.
See it all the time. It's like, okay, I'm an All-American. I'm not saying that happens.
His match versus Philippi. The match before Philippi is great on top. Ernesti also great on top. Bravo Young got away from Philippi, no problem. So, I don't know. He got hammered by Ernesti. Nothing says so. Tomorrow we got Ernesti Micic. We got DeSanto Pletcher. The DeSanto Lizak match was really good. DeSanto got the takedown. Lizak had 2 escapes and a ride out, I believe. And then DeSanto gets the takedown in overtime against Ethan Lizak to reverse that result because Lizak did beat him at the conference championship. So
give it up to DeSanto. Not a great Big Ten performance, but turned around, wrestling really, really solid here throughout the tournament. Into the conference semis, and so let's jump on to 41.
This ice cream's really good. I don't know if you saw when I went in the store. I got to the ice cream freezer, and Ben & Jerry's was there. I was like, holy moly, that flavor's good. And then I went to the next one. I'm like, oh, that's better. Oh, wait, that one's better.
Was that not?
There were so many good flavors.
Was that not a really solid 7-Eleven?
I want a scoop of each one. It was a solid 7-Eleven. The guy in front of me, though, he was doing some illegal activities outside. I could smell it on him. All right, 141. I got to complain about this one. So I'm a big fan of Yanni. I'm a big fan of Jaden. Jaden come on fire. Winning on a freaking neutral, what do you call it? Neutral danger. That was like, oh. Jaden's got to learn to not give that up, right? He's got to just at least flop, do something here. But man, it was like right on the third count and Jaden turns off his back. It was like, oh, come on, that's really how you're going to lose the match? It was crazy.
And I tell you what, you give it up to Ironman. He changed tactics up. He came out and took it too.
And we complain that he doesn't shoot sometimes.
Yeah, but he went out, got after Yanni, took him down, kept coming after him. And I think not that it threw Yanni off because he's got great composure, but you could tell he thought it was going to be the same match.
Slower match,
yeah, like the same match that they've done four times already, completely different. So you got to give it to Ironman, like on the big stage, having the guts to go out and try and switch things up. And
I agree, and we talk about it all the time. I can't stand guys who don't switch it up. So that was a good match, and that's not the last time we're going to see that because Jaden Ironman is taking an Olympic red shirt, but Yanni's only a sophomore, so they're going to come back and do it again in 2 years.
Yep,
probably. Nick Lee, Joey McKenna.
I actually thought McKenna controlled this whole match. It was 4-3, but he was never in danger.
And Nick Lee, a guy known for his pace, gets the stall one in the first period. I mean, I kind of feel like Nick Lee's thought process was do a 0-0 first period.
Yeah, and push pace, just try and wear him down. I think if there was a script for Lee, he would have taken that scenario 0-0 with the stall call going into the second period. It's like, this is where I want it to be.
Absolutely.
And but yeah, after that, McKenna just kind of locked it down, controlled every situation. I mean, Lee didn't really threaten McKenna at all. I mean, it was a pretty dominant. We've said it before, a pretty dominant
for 4-3. For 4-3. 4-3. Very dominant for 4-3.
Yeah.
All right, wrestlebacks here. We got Demas, Shoop. Oh, I'm sorry. Shoop Brock was crazy, first of all.
Yeah.
Shoop went up big. I want to say like 8-2. And then Brock starts lighting him up with takedowns. And then Shoop got a takedown to his back to finish the matchup. I mean, that was a really good, fun match.
Thought the way Brock was rolling, it looked like the tide had turned and the momentum was good.
For sure. That's exactly what it looked like.
Then Shoop got takedowns backs. I want to say there's a new gunslinger in town. It has been Cade Brock. I think it's now Dom Demas.
Oh, the gunslinger.
The gunslinger. He brings it.
That match with Matt Finlay, 17-7. But you just never know what Dom Demas is going to do. He's all over the place, and it kind of works for him.
Yeah, and he's a momentum guy. When those moves start clicking for him and he gets his momentum going, it doesn't stop after one match. Yeah. It seems like the momentum continues to build. And the momentum, we'll see if the momentum continue to rise with him.
Because he's got Nick Lee tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. I mean,
and then Tristan Moran, my guy, comes up a little short. He was down, came back big, tied up 6-6, but had the ride time point for Mitch McKee. So Mitch McKee, highly touted recruit, finally All-Americans. Minnesota really had a good tournament. So, regardless of how many, they obviously had Gable in the semis, but they had 6 other guys. Out of 9 other weights, they had 6 guys in the round of 12. Obviously, some of those guys didn't All-American, but that's really freaking good. Impressive that many guys.
I mean, you really got to give Brandon Egan some credit. I mean, people were
they brought him back from the dead.
They were giving him some heck last year, finishing outside the top 20 for the first time in forever.
But man, they had a disaster just the year before.
And you just can't. People don't understand. You don't just snap your fingers and get a top 10 team overnight.
Absolutely.
So I mean, whatever they're doing, I mean, that's really impressive. I kind of thought they had a home field advantage up at Big Tens. They were riding high on a wave of emotion.
They wrestled really well.
And I'm like, I kind of doubted that they would be able to carry that through the NCAA tournament, but they have. And so, I mean, got to give a ton of credit to Brandon Eggman and the staff. Phenomenal job continuing to build on the momentum, reestablishing Minnesota as a top 10 program.
What place that? They're in 8th right now, tied with Michigan. Dang, Michigan dropped that far. Oh, Michigan's having a rough go. All right, last one at 141 consies. Chad Red had a terrible year. Terrible. But apparently for him, and I hate this saying, all that matters is March, comes back, gets it done, beats Max Murin. Really, Chad Red, for as bad as he looked all year, he looked really good this tournament.
Really good.
Really good.
I mean, not just this tournament. He looked good at Big Tens.
Sure.
And so,
yes.
If you could have posed the question, hey, Chad, you're going to have a really crappy 3 months, but you're going to have a great March. Will you take it? He would probably take it.
But right? I want to say for me, I know nothing of this situation. I know Brandon Snyder a little bit. Don't talk to him about how his team does. But man, I would have to say for me that from the outside looking in, that looks like a lack of preparation on Chad Red's part. And if I'm his coach, I'm busting his ass in September and October next year to make sure when we get to November, I don't want to burn him out, but I want to make sure at the very least he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's not take all those. I mean, remember he went at the Journeyman, he was like 1-3 or something. Like, I don't want him taking all those losses early. Be ready to wrestle come November. And maybe you don't want to burn guys out. You don't have them all the way gunslinging in November, but you also don't want them taking that many losses.
I think there's just going to be another level of maturity with Chad Red going into next year. I mean, we've talked about
it's a double-edged sword, Matt, because you could take it both ways. If he's a mature kid, he can say, "Man, I didn't like what happened this year," but he could also say, "Oh, I'm fine. I ended up All-American anyways. Yeah. I can do whatever I did last offseason, which I didn't have myself ready for November." So, I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't know which one of those ones is going to be. I guess you're hoping for the best.
I am. I love Chad Red. I'm a big fan of his. I'm happy to see him rebound. I'm happy to see he had the month of March that he did. Mm-hmm. And I hope he builds off that and has a phenomenal season next year.
All right. Anthony Ashnall doesn't put the 10 on the board like you predicted, but
he puts enough to get his hand right.
It was a very controlled 2-0. He rides him out. He escapes quickly. Klodzik never really close to a takedown in the first, second period. Not really even that close to escape in the third period.
No, and you didn't see that those. Usually when Klodzik makes his mind up, he gets it, right? Even against the best guys, when he pulls the trigger and makes his mind up, I'm going to get it, he goes and gets it. He didn't really even come close.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hate to talk about, again, another controlling dominant performance with the low scoring match.
2-0.
But Ashnall wasn't threatened. Micah Jordan, O'Connor, 7-4 in the finals.
Micah looked great. He's looked great all tournament.
He's looked phenomenal. And I think
I have a hard time picking him over Anthony Ashnall after that's 2 times this year where Ashnall's won. But Micah looks really good.
So I'm sticking to my guns. You try to plant some seed of doubt this afternoon with some of my picks. I stuck to them. I'm going to stick to this one. I think third time's a charm. Micah gets him.
Okay, Micah Jordan. Boom. Let's go wrestlebacks here. Okay, we got Mueller over Thompson, and he got the pin in overtime with 2 seconds left. You got Deegan over Artelona. You got Lugo over Thorne, and you got Fine Silver over Prince. We didn't love this bracket. Not too exciting. In the next 2 matches, you got Mueller over Deegan. Mueller, true freshman, and they didn't even think they were wrestling this year. Because remember, they had Grant Leith, who was an All-American 3rd or 4th place last year. Leith gets hurt. They pull Mueller out of red shirt, and now he's in the Consi semis. That's nice to have that on your bench, isn't it?
That's what all the big teams have. They have quality depth to know if one of their big guns go down, they've got another one that can slide in and maybe not duplicate it, but
this one's duplicating. This is close.
Yeah,
And so the rumor I heard. I don't want to start the rumor. The rumor I heard, and I'm fairly close to the Missouri program, but I don't have confirmation. Jay Dyerman going to Olympic red shirt. Grant Leith going to come back down a weight class at 141. And then Mueller going to stay at 49. That's right here.
That makes sense as far as team strength goes.
Yeah. So then we have Lugo loses to Mitch Feinsilver. Feinsilver, Klodzik tomorrow morning. O'Connor, Brock Mueller. Any more thoughts on this one?
Nope.
No more. All right. 150. Oh, my goodness. 157. Golly. I'm a Jason Nolf fan. I love Jason Nolf. He was my pick I think I picked him for Hodge earlier today, which I don't think he's going to get anymore. But Hayden Hidley beat him. He beat him. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He had a takedown. They called it 2 on the mat. It was 2. I was sad. Well, I guess at that point I thought, okay, this is no big deal. Nolf's going to take him down a couple more times, And you called a major earlier. I called a 4-point win.
I really thought...
No one saw this.
No. I really thought that this was probably a match that Nolf was looking towards all year. Like, hey, I want you to see what the real Jason Nolf looks like.
Because he beat him with one leg.
I was not nearly my best. I was 75%, and I got the win. I want to show you what I've got. Mm-hmm. But I think it was actually the flip side of that. People were saying to Hidley all year, it's like, well... Nolf wasn't 100%. Nolf wasn't. So he had to live with that too. It's like it should have been worse. Is what Hidley was probably hearing all year. No, I got more to give.
Yeah.
And I've got more to give. Plus, I've heard you guys talking about me all year that I'm not as good as I was last year. So I'm about to prove something right now. And
dude, that was an awesome match.
It was
incredible.
Then,
not only does he have the takedown in the first, he almost had the takedown in the third period. That was if that's not Jason Nolf. Man, 99 out of 100 other people are taken down in that sequence. Yeah. It was really high level defense. But man, if you said, we were talking about betting odds yesterday. If you told me for this tournament, give me the odds, what you would bet on that someone will have a 1-point match with Jason Nolf, I'm going like 20-1. Man, I'm going 20-1. Sure.
I would have taken him every time.
Can you believe? Holy.
And I probably still would, even after this. I still would.
Oh my goodness, Jason Nolf, too close. Other one, Tyler Berger controls Caleb Young, 2 takedowns to 0. Nolf Berger, again, this is the 3rd time we've seen this. What's your take on Tyler Berger? Remember at the Big Ten Finals, the Flow guys were kind of ripping him on this, and I kind of thought, I kind of want to rip him too. But Nolf kicks his butt, and he says one more time to Nolf when they shake hands.
Hey, you got to give him credit. He got up. That was the first thing he said tonight. One more.
But you got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
But you got whooped. It wasn't like you snuck one out 3-2.
Yeah.
Like if Hidlay says one more, if this is 1 week and Hidlay says one more, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But you got majored. Or was it 9-2? Either way, it was close.
Yeah, you gotta think Nolf's gonna be really motivated.
Especially after tonight, don't you think?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, wrestlebacks. Oh, let's go. We got Pantelio was on fire against Steve Blees and Christian Pegdal for that matter. Pegdal beats Talib Ramani. Larry Early beats Justin Thomas. Deacon beats Humphreys. Deacons beats Early. And Pantelio beats Pegdal. So tomorrow morning we have Pantelio, Young, Deacon, Hidlay. Any thoughts on any of that stuff?
I'm looking forward to Deacon Hidlay. Again, Pantelio looks really good. Again, if he keeps wrestling, if he just keeps getting after it,
when Pantelio goes, he's really hard to stop.
He's one of my favorite guys to watch.
When he goes. Because sometimes he doesn't go.
And he's such a phenomenal athlete. He doesn't necessarily look the part because he's jacked.
What do you mean look the part?
No.
What do you mean look the part? I wish I looked that part.
Well, he looks really good. I'm just saying the straight. He's short and stocky. You wouldn't think he's as athletic as he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would look at him. When I look at that guy, I'm like, he's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
That's
a powerhouse.
You're talking about the moves.
I just think he's a lot more athletic
really well.
and fluid and dynamic than people give him credit for.
That's fair. Fair point there. All right. 165. I got to say, I'm biased. That's fine. I was sad at this one. Mecky Lewis, Evan Wick. Wick gives it the one takedown. Listen, Matt, you're a coach. So Wick is an animal on top. We talked about him possibly choosing top earlier. So now he chooses top. He gives up the escape. Doesn't get right in time. And so he gives up that last second takedown just kind of on his BS. But it's 3-2. So if he chooses bottom and he gets the escape, it would be 3-2 the opposite way.
Right.
But you don't know, right? That's hindsight. We're looking at hindsight now. Do you think he should have chose top? Hindsight's 20/20. What do you think?
You know what? If I'm the coach, and I didn't see the sequence, but if I'm the coach, I want my athlete confident in his decision. And if Wick's like top, I'm saying
I've told you he's chosen top a lot this year. That's his position.
When he goes top, even in that big of a situation, the national semifinals, like good. You believe in the choice. Yeah. You believe and you're committed to it. So I have no problem it coming seemingly. That's hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, so the other thing here. So just let me pitch. I like what you said there a lot. The other thing here though is it's 2-1. If he chooses bottom and gets escape, it's 2-2. Now Lewis is going to have to make a decision in the third period, right? Then it's going to be his choice. So he might choose bottom, seeing as tight. So you might get your shot on top anyways. Right. I know that's one thing. And then we're talking youth and high school wrestling. But when I know my guy is good on top, or did Lewis defer to him? Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. In my scenario, it doesn't matter. You're right. I always try to defer, though, because I think, if we choose top now, we might not get another shot. Right. But sometimes that guy chooses bottom. We can get on top 2 periods in a row because they choose bottom, and then we choose top. You know?
You're hoping that's how it played out. It didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, like I said, Wick was confident in his choice, and that's all you can ask. He got away.
Lewis got away from a very good top wrestler. Wins 5. It's 3-2, but 5-2 essentially. You tell me this is a super dominating 3-2? Dominating. Shields wasn't close to a takedown.
No, and Joseph was like, here we go again.
3-2.
Here we go again.
Does Mecky Lewis, does he have a chance against Vincenzo Joseph?
He's definitely got a chance.
Definitely. Yeah. I think he does, for sure. He's one of those guys, because what you got to do against Vincenzo Joseph is kind of what Alex Marinelli did against Vincenzo Joseph. You got to blow him off his feet. You got to go through him hard and fast.
And he's got the explosion to do it.
And he's got the ability to do that.
He's got it.
He's got great reattacks. Yeah. Well, the thing that says to me is, and Marinelli, Mekhi Lewis got the win even though Marinelli didn't play into the reattacks. But Joseph's going to be smart enough not to take the reattacks. So Mekhi Lewis is going to have to be super disciplined and take one opportunity. Yeah. He's got to win a dominating 3-2 match.
And this is like, you're basically saying you've got to beat Vincenzo Joseph at his own game.
Yes.
The master of this game has got to be got to get beat by a guy that's got to do it. He's got one opportunity to do it.
Yep. So. All right, wrestlebacks. Let me go round of 12, and then the next round we'll get your take. Marshall over Romero, Marinelli over Massa, White over Campbell. That was an overtime match. Steyert over Wolf. And then next round, you got White over Steyert. You got Marshall over Marinelli. I'll tell you the one thing we were both commenting on. Massa against Marinelli. Massa just straight on.
Every time that's a thing. Like
straight on.
Get a lead, and it's like he just ditches all hand fighting and setups. We were talking about it's like all you have to do. I was like, Marinelli just has to be disciplined with his head and hands. Yes. If he can just stay disciplined with his head and hands, he just totally neutralized him.
Totally neutralized him. Marsteller comes back and beats Marinelli at that next round, and I'll tell you, he got the 2 first period takedowns, and then Marinelli got the lead in the second period.
And I thought the tide had turned.
That's what I thought. I thought it was over, and then Marsteller almost pinned him on that reversal sequence.
Right.
Gets the reversal, and then gets a takedown, I believe, again in the third period. Man, how are you? Alex Marinelli has to be obviously in the 7th place match after finishing. He did finish 6th last year. I mean, that's got to be highly disappointing after having the year he had. He smashed Vincenzo Joseph.
Wrestling phenomenal.
I mean, beat him down. Beat him down.
I'm like, if he even brings close to that package to the NCAA tournament, I'm like, that's your NCAA champ.
So let me bring one thing to you, and I think this is the case. And I told you this was my struggle early in my career. And this is, I think, one of Marinelli's struggles is he's got to win the hard way. He's got to get in there and grind it out. And if you look from his first round on, if we go back to Alex Marinelli, Joe Smith, tough match. He's got a little bit of an easier match against Dalton Bullard. Makai Lewis, tough match. Logan Massa, tough match. And so he's not getting these blowout wins like some guys do. It's every match he's grinding it out. And 3, 4, 5, they add up.
That's going to
really add up. Yes.
Yeah, to turn around and do it back to back.
And that's even in a conference, you have 4 matches maximum. His first one was really easy. His second one wasn't that hard. He has 2 hard matches.
Right.
Way different than 3, 4, or 5.
And when you don't have a ton of margin of errors.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to get that turn on top and he's up by 6 or 8.
Right. It does add up and it accumulates, and not only physically but psychologically. That's in your head. That builds up and that adds up. It's like so
tough one for him. All right, let's go. 74. We haven't talked about any team stuff yet. Let's stay off that topic. And we haven't made any finals predictions yet. So we do have to do both those things tonight. 74. Hall Hameen, you lost your money. It wasn't 3-2. 2-1. Double OT. That third period sequence. First, it looked like Miles Hameen was going to get taken down. Then it looked like Mark Hall was going to get taken down. These guys are just about as close as it gets. Man, I don't know what to say. It's just a really, really, really close match every time.
Every single time. But every single time it seems it's the same outcome.
Yeah.
As close as it is, and as many scenarios as we throw out there, the outcomes has been the same every single time.
I mean, that's like 5 1-point wins in a row by Mark Hall over Miles. That is totally insane.
That's
to me.
A tough thing to do. You got to give a guy credit for winning that many 1-point matches against a guy like that.
Many 1-point, 5 1-point wins. I wonder if that's ever happened in a rivalry series where the same guy wins every single time, but by 1 point.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember anything like that. Never. No. It's unique.
Okay. Bottom half, Valencia just brought it.
Except for the second period.
Yeah.
Second period, he stalls his butt off on bottom. Daniel was working hard on top. But, yeah, he looked great on his feet. Looked really good.
That's kind of what you got to do.
What you got to do.
In that situation, you can say, oh, he's not wrestling, he's belly, he's stalling, he's doing that. Hey, that's what he had to do. Yeah, absolutely. That's what he had to do to win.
Sure. I'll give you that. Hall Valencia final. That's the second year in a row. All right, let's run through these wrestlebacks. We got Jordan Cutler over Devin Kane. You got David McFadden over Taylor Lujan. You got Mike Labriola over Dylan Lighty. And Devin Skatsko over Ben Harvey. Next round, Labriola over Skatska, McFadden over Cutler, which sets up McFadden, Lewis, Labriola, Amin. Man, to me, I guess I was sad to see Taylor Lujan losing around 12 again. That's the second year in a row. Yeah. And the Lighty Labriola match was really bad. I believe that it says 3. I think this was actually an overtime match, if I recall. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Period 4, period 5, period 6, period 7, period 8. Period 9! It's a lot of dang periods.
It's the longest match of the tournament, I think.
No, what was the one where they kept writing each other out? There was one, remember? They went to what match was that?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Well, that wasn't a wrestler match, was it? No, it wasn't a wrestler match.
No.
One of them where they kept writing each other out. Okay. I don't know. No, I'm not too passionate about these other matches. You want to hit them or next?
Let's next topic.
Oh my goodness. I was losing my mind, Matt. I was losing my mind. I said this wouldn't happen. I said he's the third most likely guy to win. I gave 3 guys that were locks today. One of them lost and another one almost lost.
Yeah.
But I think as a wrestling pundit, I think everyone would have said the same thing as me. I don't think there's anyone saying Nolf's going to almost lose and Miles Martin's going to lose. No one said that.
I mean, he majored
beat him 17-7.
17-7 in Las Vegas in December. Totally blew him out. He just didn't. I mean, we're used to seeing Miles Martin have a leg attack every 10 to 15 seconds. Right?
Yes.
He's getting after it. Tonight, no offensive output. Really.
I was standing there like, I can't believe it's so close to him. Why is Miles Martin not attacking more? And then it was just like, well, he's still not attacking. What is he doing? And then he gets into that scramble, and that scramble lasted forever. And I was like, oh my God. Max Dean's going to get this. Max Dean's going to get this.
You knew something was going. Someone was going down when both guys had the far ankle.
Yes.
I always loved that position. Both guys having a far ankle.
But I could kind of tell that Dean was about to pop his ankle out, and he did eventually. And then Miles tried kind of to roll through to get rid of it. And he was just kind of stuck there.
And you look at a guy like Max Dean, you wouldn't think he would be comfortable in scramble situations until you look at the entirety of the Cornell program.
Oh, yeah, they scrambled their butts off.
Yeah, I mean, he was totally comfortable in that position, even though he's not known as a scrambler, known to get in funk positions, but he was totally comfortable in that situation. And Miles did not look comfortable at all.
Yeah, I'm really, I don't even know what to say. I'm blown away. I didn't think there was any way that Miles was going to lose. I almost feel for the guy. The guy, I mean, he's got to deal with Bo Nickel for 3 years. Bo Nickel finally gets to getting, and, you feel like, okay, Miles is going to win another national. He won it once. He's going to win another one.
And he wasn't really, no one else is in the discussion outside of Nolf and Nickel for the Hodge.
But he was like the third.
Clear third.
Yes.
Clearly the third most dominant wrestler in the entire country all year long. So, phenomenal person, phenomenal human being. I don't like it. This is a cruel tournament. It's a very, very, very cruel tournament.
Someone by us called it the round of tears.
The round of tears.
Not the blood round.
That's the round of tears. Tears and gnashing of teeth, right?
Gnashing of teeth.
But Miles Martin is he's just a phenomenal guy. It hurts me to see a guy like that that's so talented get beat like that, but you got to give Dean credit. And
you got to give him credit, but Miles did not come to bring it today.
He didn't.
He didn't come to bring it. I don't know what.
And
I don't know what the mental thing was in his head where it didn't click. Because we talked about how good Ohio State was the whole tournament, and really, everyone else wrestled good tonight. I mean, Pletcher obviously was just a little bit overmatched, but he didn't wrestle bad.
No.
And Colin Moore, really we're going to talk about this, looked great. Micah looked great. McKenna does exactly what he needs to do. So, Ohio State was kind of firing on all cylinders, and Miles just had a mental letdown. I don't know what else to say about it. All right, Chip Ness runs out of rippers. They told me I went back up to the box. They said Chip's got one ripper left. That wasn't really a ripper. He's out of rippers. Drew Foster takes it home. The Foster-Dean match, I'm going to rewatch it in the morning. I remember watching their dual meet. It was at UNI.
Yep.
It was an awesome high-level match. Here's what I remember. Someone said, who won? I don't remember who won. I just remember it was a really, really good match, and I was entertained watching it. I don't recall.
Say it was Foster?
Well, I'll look it up. It was just an awesome match. That's all I remember. Honestly, with a lot of these guys, I'm not passionate about who wins. I want to see a really good high-level wrestling. I want to see aggression. I want to see good technique. And I remember watching that match, and I remember thinking, holy crap, this is a really good match. And that was kind of when Max Dean was struggling a little bit. Right. You remember? So I kind of like Max Dean won because I kind of think he was struggle. All right, let's go. Dual meet. Because Max Dean loses to Louis Duprez, 17-7 to Miles Martin. He loses to Zach Zavatsky. He had a really rough Cliff King, Las Vegas. Loses to Dylan Wisman. I mean, Max Dean was having a rough go. So
he turned it around. He turned it around mid-January on. He really started putting the pedal down.
Because he beats Zavatsky here. He beat Chip Ness here. He loses to Miles again, though. Where's this damn UNI match? How am I not seeing this? How do they not have it on here?
Northern Iowa.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, Drew Foster, 6'5". That was a really good match.
Yeah.
So Miles Martin beats him 13-6 and 17-7. I mean, you scored 13 points, more than 13 points twice. And then you can't score more than 4?
Yeah. Disappointing.
Very, very disappointing. Okay. 197, we kind of alluded to it. Oh, we didn't do wrestlebacks here. I'm sorry. We don't want to skip the wrestlebacks in 184. All right, here's what we got. We got your man, Dakota Gear, coming through. This was the only part of the Oklahoma State slide that worked. But, wait, I'm going to give you a but. Jacoby Smith whooped up on Drew Foster. Whooped him.
He did.
Whooped. I'm going to get the score on that one real quick. Hold on. While we're at this, let's get the score. Because Drew Foster came in seated, I mean, he's ranked 10th on here. Oh, my goodness. Hurry up, Internet. Okay, here we go. Drew Foster. It was a late match. 8-4 over Jacoby Smith. It wasn't competitive. So I'll tell you the gear thing works, but who knows? Jacoby might be in the national finals at 184.
He could have been. I mean, again, this is a tough
call.
It's easy to talk about it after the fact. I mean, John Smith we talked about. He's going to look like a genius or a goat in this situation. It didn't pan out, but you've got to believe there was a good reason why he made the choice he made.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it just didn't pan out. You know, I have been saying most of the year that Dakota Gear is a little bit better than people are giving him credit for.
Yeah, and you proved yourself right. Absolutely. Yeah. So he beats Nino Bonacorsi 6-0. Ryan Price beats Louis Duprez. Emery Parker beats Sammy Colbray, and Zach Zavatsky beats Taylor Venz. And in the next round, Parker beats Zavatsky. Price beats Gear.
So Parker coming all the way back. I mean,
he lost early.
Parker lost early.
What round was it we lost? So he loses second round to Bonacorsi. Bonacorsi ends up not All-Americaning.
And Parker comes all the way back in the Consi semis.
Beats Wisman in overtime in his first wrestleback match. I was watching that one real close. Beats Wilkie, beats Colbray, beats Zavatsky. Yeah. So he's still rolling. He's in the Consi semis. He's going to have Miles Martin in the morning. And then Price is going to have the Ripper Chip Ness. All right, 197. We alluded to this. We kind of actually mentioned both these. Bo Nickel gets the fall second period. Preston Weigel, Colin Moore smashes Preston Weigel. Moore looked great.
Yeah, and I've got to give this up. I mean, there've been moments throughout the year where I've chosen against Moore. I mean, that's one of the best versions of Colin Moore I've seen. I mean,
because we both picked Weigel, right? Or did I pick Moore?
I think you picked Moore. Okay. I actually think you did. I picked Weigel.
I know. I was considering picking Weigel, so that's why.
I mean, he brought the lead. I mean, he dropped it. I mean,
hammer.
He just hammered.
Hammer down.
I mean, so
absolutely.
Kind of what we thought with. I mean, Nickel, not what we talked about. Like,
so what kind of odds would I have to give you to bet on Colin Moore tomorrow? Are there any odds I could give you to bet that?
No.
None. What if I gave you? If you bet me $100, I gave you $1 million?
No.
You're saying, dog, that's like the lottery. Give me the $100. You don't know what's gonna happen. You said you wouldn't bet $100 for $1 million. You're insane. Oh, you might as well go wrestle Dylan Palacio for $1,000 on the beach. If you guys haven't watched Dylan Palacio wrestle the spring break kids on the beach, he's gonna get sued. I swear he's gonna get sued. He definitely is. All right, consolations. Here's what we got. Let me read through this. Oh, you're right. 2 in a row, Matt. Ben Honus beats Thomas Lane. Miklas pins Traxler. Warner beats Slay, and Hokett beats Brewer. That's Fresno State's first All-American since 2002, although there was a period where they dropped the program in there. So
really happy. I mean, Troy Steiner doing a great job out in the Valley in California. Program's back, second year back, having All-American. Bigger things are definitely going to come.
Absolutely.
I mean, doing a phenomenal job recruiting.
Yes.
Really excited to see what Fresno State does. I don't want to talk about it much. We'll talk about it later.
What?
But Hannes did come through an All-American.
Go for it.
I think I said it in December, right? I called it.
You did.
I think I called
you and Mitch Clark.
Yeah.
Mitch Clark called it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Honus comes through. So the next round, Willie Michaels beats Ben Honus. Hokett beats Jacob Warner. So Hokett, Brookie. So Hokett's he's the lowest All-American at 16, I believe. I think.
No,
none of those other guys got in.
True, they both got the other lower guys.
And Lane got out. Stoll got out. The North Carolina kid got out.
Yeah.
And the Stanford kid got out.
Yeah.
I could be forgetting somebody. Nicholas Weigel also in the morning. All right, the big boy. I gotta complain right away, Matt. Okay, so I don't know why you're watching us if you weren't watching ESPN and watching the finals. So I shouldn't have to tell you too much extra information. So here's what I see. Gable Stevenson gets an escape. They're not calling it. They don't call it. They finally call it at 102 ride time. So Minnesota throws a brick. I'm thinking like 56, 57, maybe 58 is when Gable gets the escape.
We really need to see the replay again.
I think he was out earlier, way earlier. So Minnesota throws the brick. So then we see the referee giving the brick back to Minnesota. I'm like, oh, they reversed it.
Which they did.
Which they kind of. They gave him 1 second. They gave him 1 second. They left him at 101. Like, what the? That's just an insult.
A total insult.
That's such an insult.
Hey, you won the challenge. But you still gave up riding time.
Oh, God. That was insult. Okay, we got to watch. In all fairness, we have to watch it back. I'm pretty sure there was an escape at 56, 57, 58 seconds of ride time, which would have made that match tied, which would have made that match go into overtime. I will tell you, Gable came in with a hard pace. He was really aggressive. He even got a stall point in the first period, even though he wasn't able to convert a takedown. And Kassar just sticks in there and sticks in there and sticks in there and gets the takedown in the third period.
It appeared, obviously, we were going to see a more motivated Stevenson this match, than we saw in the Big Ten finals.
Yes.
We knew that. And it looked like he had every intention of reversing that outcome in a big way. Not just like, I'm gonna win. He's like, he looked like he had bad intentions.
He was super aggressive.
Bad intentions. I mean, physical hands, pushed him around everywhere. Yes. And it was almost like, as the match wore on, it seemed like Kassar was like, okay, weather the storm. Yeah. Weather the storm. Yeah. If I can make it through the first 3 minutes, then we're on neutral ground.
Yeah. And to be fair, also, Gable, the takedown he gave up was off of his shot. He shot a high crotch, and Kassar had to go behind.
Right.
So it wasn't even Kassar's offense, and so Gable, which we've given him shit for not being aggressive enough, we'll almost say too aggressive in this match. The takedown he gave up off was a go behind when he was winning. He was winning the match.
And there were some tactical things on Gable's part about getting a restart, giving up,
and on the edge, you're trying to get the stall call. Yes.
Yeah, and it's
that's another thing, Matt. That I guess I forgot about that because of the questionableness of the ride time later, but that was stalling on Anthony Kassar on the edge. There was a long period of time where he was in rear standing and they did not call it. I mean, we're talking.
I was saying let him go. You're going to give up a stall call.
Yeah, you were. I think you were saying that next to me, like Kassar, you got to let him go, or you give him a stall point, and then give up the escape also, and now you're down by 2 again. So I mean,
but the thing that I took away from Stevenson that a lot of people discount or maybe don't even discuss is like, this is a guy that hasn't been in many competitive matches for what?
Who, Stevenson?
Yeah, for what?
Yeah,
5, 6.
You're right.
And so
hard to win the close ones.
Yeah, so you almost have to be in those situations. You have to learn to win tight matches and learn how to execute. He just hasn't been in many of those matches.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Even against the best college guys.
Yep.
And so it looked to me like he wasn't thinking high-level execution, like match strategy, what do I need to do? Restart.
Yeah, because he was playing a little too much. He was really almost playing to that stall call when he probably could have tried a little harder to get that escape.
Yeah.
And then obviously they would have never given him the ride time, would have been tied, and they would have they would have went to overtime. Derek White over Jordan Wood. I gotta say, I didn't really watch it. I was watching Stevens and Kassar.
Yeah.
Same. I don't think it was very exciting.
I think everybody in the arena was watching one match.
Yeah, I think they went nuts when Kassar won.
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right. Other one. We got Hamida over Stoll. We got Stencil over Paris by pin. We got Hilger over Elam. We got Desi over Butterbrat. Next round, Desi beats Hilger. Hamida beats Stoll. So we're going to have Stencil and Hilger wrestling for 7th place. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have Hamida, Stevenson, and we're going to have Desi and Wood wrestling. So, a
good individual, great competitor, Kerry McCoy, retired, stepped down from Maryland, and made that announcement after Big Ten. So it's really nice. I'm really happy for Kerry that he's going out with an All-American.
Yep.
And it's even more poetic justice that it's a heavyweight. That he goes out of coaching with it. That it's at the last match he's coaching, or maybe not, but seemingly it's maybe his last matches that he's coaching. Mm-hmm. It's neat to see a heavyweight. He's going out with a heavyweight All-American, being one of the greatest American heavyweights of all time.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, so let's talk. We're going to talk team race.
Okay.
Which I think is going to be really split up, and then we're going to talk finals picks.
Okay.
All right, so team race. Let me wrap this to you. Penn State is now up by the 30 we were talking about. It's 120, and then we got a big jump, 88 points to Ohio State. A big jump down to Oklahoma State at 73.5. And as bad as we thought Oklahoma State performed, they're still 5.5 points ahead of Iowa. And then Iowa's got a big jump down to number 5, Missouri. Then from Missouri all the way down, Missouri's ahead of this pack, but all the way down to number 10, Virginia Tech. There's only 9 points that separate 6 teams.
Wow.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all are super close. And then even if you want to go a few below that, Rutgers at 43.5 is not too far back with 2 finalists. So,
hey, number one, big props to Rutgers.
Absolutely.
Two NCAA finalists.
Yes.
Their first
they have not had a champ yet.
They've never had a champ, but they did crown their first 4-time All-American in national.
Yes.
They've got 2 national finalists looking to crown.
That's a big deal.
That's huge.
I heard some knucklehead Iowa fans saying behind me. They said, Rutgers, you'd think they won the NCAA tournament. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, they got 2 NCAA finalists. Like, shut up. That's more than Iowa's got. For God's sakes.
I heard this from another Iowa guy before in a big-time match. It's like, act like you've been here. He's a guy. He's a guy that won a lot. And, the guy who was coaching that beat him, and we can talk about this. He's like, I haven't been here, so I'm not going to act like it. It's the same thing. Like, you're acting like you wanted to. It's like, they haven't been here.
They literally never had a national champion match.
Yes.
Rutgers has never had a champion. If they're not celebrating after they got 2 NCAA finalists, there's something wrong with them. Yeah. They can't get excited. They're not celebrating with 2 NCAA finalists. They can't get excited. Shut up. Let them celebrate. Be happy for them. Rutgers has been doing this the last 5 years. Good job, Rutgers.
Good job, Scott Goodell.
Knucklehead take.
It looks like,
how many teams have 2 in the finals? Only 4.
Only 4.
Penn State, Ohio State, Oklahoma State, and
Rutgers.
Oh, Cornell. Yanni, Dean. So 5.
Yeah. So looks like trophies are determined. I don't think anybody can.
No, you can't. There's no way Missouri can get that much. Yeah, they would have to get like all forfeits and all take 3rd.
Right.
So I think it's numerically possible, but realistically, almost impossible.
Theoretically possible.
So let's go. Matt, I think you and I have both been underwhelmed with Penn State. Even though they're at 120 and they're up by a whole bunch.
They're the victim of their own expectations. But
that's true.
To be fair,
they won 3 1-point matches in the semis today.
Now you got to give
3 1-point matches.
They won. They won when it mattered.
Yes.
And a year from now, people aren't going to look back and be like, they won, but they didn't look that great. One, they're the victim of their own expectations. But 2, we're so accustomed to Penn State wrestling to their peak and above
their peak and get nationals.
And they're pretty much wrestling to their seeds. Outside of Rashid. But so they're wrestling to their seeds. They got 5 guys. For a team that's not wrestling at their peak, they got freaking 5 guys in the national finals.
But act like you've been there before.
But they look slightly off. They do.
They do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's a credit to how good they really are.
Yes.
They don't seem to be at their absolute peak, and they're still running away from this.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Number 2, Ohio State. I knew Ohio State didn't have a chance. I'm going to say, listen, man, 88 points. Great job, Ohio State. In a lot of years, they're 90 points, 95 points has won the tournament before.
Right, many times.
So they, in most years they're in the running to win this tournament right now. Oklahoma State, man, I'm almost shocked by how many points they have because we were kind of talking about how bad they, Jacoby doesn't play, Joe doesn't play, Geffeller doesn't play, and so I think if they have a good tournament, they're in a solid second place right now.
For sure.
But they didn't.
They had that
Brock
really
doesn't play.
Bad round.
Yes.
And they had guys that they needed. We've been talking all year. None of these teams had a lot of margin of error. They couldn't afford, like Okie State, they can't afford to have Brock and Joe Smith not be on the podium, or Jacoby Smith. Yes. Smith, and Brock not on the podium.
And Geffeller.
Yes. I mean, that's hard. There's no way you're getting second with that. There's no way you're contending with that.
Yeah.
And they're still in third place.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Iowa at number 4. I think you're disappointed for Iowa. You got one of the finals, Spencer Lee.
But
what?
Just
act like you've been there before.
Act like you've been there before. But for me, I don't know. Like, it seems like Iowa's wrestled a really good tournament. Yet they're in fourth,
I don't feel like it because you got Okay, I'm gonna give you the counterpoint. I'm gonna give you. It's a mixed bag.
Maybe because they had such a dominant round yesterday, and Okie State had such a bad round that
now it's flipped.
They've kind of flipped.
Well, I'll give you this. If you said, they got a lot of All-Americans, but Murin does an All-American, Wilkie does an All-American, Stoll does an All-American, all guys that you thought, hey, they might be able to get in there. But then you got Marinelli, the clear number 1, just smashed Virginia Joseph. He's all the way in the 7th place match.
Yeah.
You got Lugo 7th place match. You got Warner 7th place match. You got 3 guys in the 7th place match. We talked about earlier. That's not huge points.
It's not going to score you any points.
It's some. Let's not be dramatic. Well, it's going to score you some. Just not that many.
Some, but not a significant push to really push you up in the team standing.
And so, they're in a place where they're going to have a hard time catching Oklahoma State because they only have 2 in the Conzi semis, and then they only have 1 in the in the finals. And you're looking at Oklahoma State tomorrow, and Oklahoma State has Fix and White in the finals. They got 2 in the finals, and then they got 2 in the Conzi semis. So they can score. They can score more points. Than they have more opportunity to score more points than Iowa does.
Yeah.
So I think if you're Iowa, I think you were coming into the season home for sake. Now listen, I'm not an Iowa fan. I'm gonna give you the positive for Iowa. Here's the positive for Iowa. If they can improve, which is to me is an if. They got a shit ton coming back next year. They got Lee coming back, Santa coming back, Murin coming back, Luke coming back, Caleb Young coming back, Marinelli coming back. They put Joseph Kemmerer back in at 74. I believe Wilkie's the only one that graduates. Warner, and then they're replacing Stoll.
But it looks like an upgrade over the Stoll we've seen this year with Cassiope.
Heavyweight's not going to get easier is the problem. Heavyweight's going to get just as good next year. Iowa's got a lot coming back, and if you look at everybody else, Penn State loses a whole bunch of points. Ohio State loses a whole bunch of points. Oklahoma State, how many points? So Derek White's a senior. Gears and Jacoby obviously didn't score a lot of points, but he's a senior. Piccininni's back. Is Weigel back?
No, he's a senior.
He's a senior.
Yeah.
Let's confirm that. Boom. Preston Weigel is a senior. So you're talking the top 3 teams lose quite a bit.
Right.
Iowa doesn't lose almost anything.
It's gonna be a really interesting off-season conversation. We'll get to that next week.
We'll get to that next week.
Turn the page and get on to 2019, 2020.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So let's you ready for our
finals picks? So Mueller. Oh my God, I'm already nervous. Mueller Lee.
I'm gonna go with Lee.
Okay.
I've picked against him, but in this situation, in this environment.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with Spencer Lee. I don't want to. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Virginia's first national champion.
Okay.
Right, that's their first, correct?
I believe so.
I don't know. I don't think that. Well, at least it's the Steve Garland era.
Right.
Okay. Mueller just the way he dominated Sebastian Rivera today. Sebastian Rivera's beaten Spencer 2 times in a row. Mueller hammer smashed him. It wasn't close.
It was dominant.
Yeah. So after watching that, man, and especially knowing how big he's gonna be tomorrow, I have a hard time picking against Jack Mueller. Although if Spencer really wins, I'm not shocked in the slightest. It's gonna be a good match. Fix Suriano.
It's going to come down to who I...
Triple ride out.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one guy, but they've wrestled big time matches before, so why is something going to be different?
It's not. Every match they've wrestled is big time because those guys have been like up here.
Right. So I think the same thing. I'm going to hold true. I'm going to stay with Fix.
Okay.
But
I'm going Fix too.
Yeah, but if Suriano can somehow do the same thing, that come out and initiate an attack. I mean, I'm saying if Suriano comes out and initiates the attack instead of waits and just holds and fights position, because we've seen how this script plays out.
Yes.
And it's gone Fix's way. Yes. But whenever they've wrestled. Yes. So if you're Suriano, if you're Goodell and the coaching staff and Pritzlaff, you're like, hey,
figure it out, Jack.
We're gonna do something different. I'm gonna go with Fix.
Hey, what weight are they starting at tomorrow?
They didn't. I think they announced tomorrow, or they probably decided.
What weight would you start at?
Well, I think the premier match would be
this one right here.
Yeah.
Think?
Yeah.
Zahid Mark?
Yeah.
Probably, right?
Yep.
Because nickel, you're not gonna do nickel more. You're not gonna do the only other one I could see is Ashnalt Jordan would be
Ashnalt Jordan. But
you're not gonna do any other ones.
Typically, you've got two national champs at 174, so that's the one you got to go with.
Because there's no team race,
right?
They know that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 133. You pick Fix. I pick Fix. 141. Yanni. Boom. 49.
Jordan.
Ashnalt. I can't see it any other way. Nolfberger.
And I'm gonna go with the clean sweep there on our prop bets. So far, I've got Ben Honus.
Ashnalt getting the turn. Double or nothing on Ashnalt. Double or nothing on Ashnalt. Okay. If he gets on top, he gets a turn tomorrow.
Okay, double or nothing.
All right, deal. You saw it live. All right, Nolfberger. That's easy. Nolf. Next topic. Lewis Joseph. Hall Valencia.
Hall. And that's a big prediction. I'm sticking with it because that's what I went with, but.
I'm gonna go Valencia, even though he got smashed last time.
Yeah, but the last month and a half, Valencia hasn't looked great. Well, he reversed that trend this weekend. He's looking like he did,
last year.
Yeah, he's looking really good. But I'm still gonna go with Mark Hall.
Yeah, because Mark Hall, man, he just has so many close matches. He wins 10-2, 6-2, 5-3, 2-1. I mean, just so close.
But again, this is where. It plays into his hands because again Valencia doesn't have that many close matches where that's Mark Hall's wheelhouse.
Yeah,
you're in a tight match, 1 point match, tie match, overtime match, like he's in his comfort zone, just like Vincenzo Joseph. So if it's a really tight match, I think that does favor Mark Hall.
Sure. Okay. Nickel Moore. I'm sorry,
no,
we
got
skipped one.
Foster
Dean.
Wow. I mean, 6'5" in the duel.
Dean almost lost to Cash Wilkie.
I know.
2 rounds ago. And then he beat Miles Martin.
I'm going...
What the...
Well, both guys have established momentum. I'm going with Dean. I think he's riding wave of momentum.
I'm going to go Dean.
He's got a lot of confidence. Those Cornell guys are going to have a great game plan. Yeah. I'm not saying that Schwab won't.
Yeah.
But it just seems to me...
Ivy League school. That's what they specialize in.
Yeah. They want to win it. They believe they'll win the smart match.
Hey,
you want to put brains on the line? They'll say, we'll take that.
Listen, I'm just thinking about this offhand. We talked about teams from next year. We didn't mention Cornell, but
Cornell's going to be in there.
Okay, they got Yanni coming. Yanni's coming back. You have Dean coming back. Darmstadt's coming off of his shoulder injury, and then you got Aruja. I mean, that's. I mean,
and
you
got a huge recruiting class.
But you got to think that. Darmstadt would be probably a 1, 2, or 3 this year. I mean as good as he was last year.
Darmstadt's possibly the only guy that could give Nickel a match because he's so funky.
Yeah, he's so tricky.
So tricky, yes. So funky.
So I mean, you're thinking he's probably. I mean, he's a guy you're probably gonna put him right off the bat next year. You're probably gonna put him at number 2 behind Colin Moore.
Which I think he could
beat Colin Moore. He could beat Colin Moore.
It's a bad style matchup for Colin Moore.
Absolutely. I mean, and you look at this weight class, like Patrick Brukey's probably not. Patrick Brukey couldn't get away from freaking Thomas Lane. He's not going to get away from Ben Darmstadt.
No, not at all.
Warner's terrible on bottom. He's getting torched by Darmstadt. You look at just the way these guys match up with Darmstadt, and you're thinking, holy moly, Darmstadt has 2 next year.
He's a bad. He's just a bad man.
Yanni's probably number 1 starting next year.
Vito's going to be in the top 4.
Vito's top 4, and you got Dean top 4. I mean, that's 3 guys. That's
Dean's,
4 guys.
Dean's going to be number 1. Is
because Foster graduates. No, he graduates.
So Dean's number 1. Darmstadt probably top 3.
He's got to be 2. He's going to be 2.
2.
If you don't put Darmstadt 2, you're dumb.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish this up.
Okay, hold on. Well, where's Foster at? He's a senior.
Yeah.
There's a lot of seniors at 184.
Yeah, that's going to completely clear out.
Who are the best recruits Cornell has?
I need to look that up.
We haven't even went to. They do have a really good recruiting class.
They have a really good recruiting class. Let's
Okay. Last one. Kassar White.
I'm going Kassar to reverse it.
That's 5 in a row for Penn State.
Yeah, which they did that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think in that match, that was.
Well, I'm sorry. I picked Valencia. I did not pick Penn State.
In the dual meet, Kassar versus.
No, it was Scuffle. It was Scuffle.
Scuffle.
Yes.
That was Kassar's first big time test against a big time heavyweight, a big body.
Yes.
Who's also an athlete.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, the one thing I didn't like about that match is I didn't feel like Kassar was like going to pursue him that much. It was like White got a fairly early takedown and then
kind of cruised.
Cruised. Yes.
So I went with Kassar at the beginning of the week. I'm sticking with Kassar. And also, I don't think White's looked exceptional all weekend. Didn't look great. I mean, I didn't watch. I got to be honest. Didn't watch a ton of his match tonight.
I did. They were boring
because I was glued. But there wasn't a ton going on in that match. So who do you got? I
was trying to look Cornell's recruiting class. Damn it, I can't find it. You can't even announce recruits in the Ivy Leagues, correct?
No.
I'm gonna go Kassar also.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Quick, we've been going for we've been going for an hour and 6 minutes. I don't think we ever got the 500 map, but we got close to 500 people watching at one time.
Nice.
Questions for friends. From friends. Ironman thinks he's Jordan Oliver. I don't think that really makes sense, Ted. I think you're incorrect on that one. Moore has to pull a Darren Caldwell on Bo Nickel. Does that mean he doesn't have a headlock? He doesn't have a spladle, so I don't think he's going to pull a Darren Caldwell. Sorry. Moore has 0 shot. I kind of agree. RBY DeSanto, best match yesterday. What's the best match for today or top 2 that stood out? Oh, my God. There's just too many good ones.
So many.
There's so many. Yeah, it's too hard to pick out one. Why didn't Ironman's coaches challenge the danger call? I just think it was obvious. The ref counted 3.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do there?
I mean, that's cut and dry. I mean, you don't reverse that. It's like, I didn't mean to make that last swipe.
Yes. It's cut and dry. Totally cut and dry.
I got seconds confused in my head.
Oh, man. All right. What else we got? Suriano's on a mission.
Here's their Jericho.
Thank
Cornell.
you.
Cardenas is
good. Julian Ramirez is good. Julian Ramirez is probably someone that'll start right off the bat. But Cardenas will be on the bench because he's behind Darmstadt.
Yeah, and
they did get someone else good in the upper weights. We picked 97. We picked Nickel. Get out of here. Oh, God, you guys are coming up with terrible ideas. Colin Moore is not going to rob Rowan anyone because he doesn't have a cement mixer. You guys got to come up with realistic possibilities, for God's sakes. Let's see. Brock or DC. We're talking about the NCAA tournament. Get out of here. Recruiting is so important.
It's all recruiting. It's all recruiting.
I don't want to say all.
Hey.
A lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, you know what? I mean,
you've been making blanket statements tonight. You've been pretty bold with your statements.
Well, I mean, great recruits make great coaches.
Yes.
I mean, that's the bottom line of it.
Absolutely. I know, Ted, I'm aware that Caldwell pinned that guy. In a spladle, like I said, Colin Moore doesn't do a spladle. Get out of here. Ben Trujillo, I do feel, I think you feel too, Nolf had the takedown in the first period. I'm sorry, Hidley had the takedown.
I need to go back and watch it again.
Okay, I feel he did. And I love Jason Nolf, but I think that was a 2-point takedown. Did the refs throw the Nolf? What is it? I don't know what that means. That's not even a proper sentence. You guys, come on.
It's late. People are tired. They've been watching.
I'm kind of tired. Does Nolf wake the F up? I don't know the answer to that, Katie. No, yeah, that was a tough one. All right, Marsteller. Hey, he beat Marinelli. Good job. All right, we're done. We've been going for an hour. We've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. We're done. We'll be back after the placement rounds tomorrow. I mean, we'll probably have essentially final team scores by that point. It'll probably be done.
For the most part.
You got to assume.
Yeah.
Close. Probably top 4 will probably be locked.
Yeah.
We'll say that. And we'll talk about the place matches, the contest semis, and the place matches. And that's it. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for listening. I think we got close to 500 people listening at once today. We appreciate that as always. And We will upload this to iTunes tomorrow for anyone else who did not get to listen to it. We will see you guys